everyone, I am back with another couple of cards using this fabulous Through the Trees stamp set from Pink Fresh Studios. But this time I am going to use lots of fall colors because supposedly fall is coming and, you know, trees are changing, even though these are pine trees, supposedly evergreens, I'm guessing. But, and also I live in sunny Spain, so, you know, we still have palm trees, but oh well, there you go. So, with the help of my MISTI, I had an idea that I was going to try. So, I didn't know whether this was going to work or not, because you know me, I just kind of dive in the deep end, feet first. No idea whether there's sharks in the waters or anything. Oh, that's a bit of a random thought. Anyway, so I'm dabbing on the Distressed Oxide in Squeeze the Lemonade here. And as you can see, I'm going in quite heavy because this is, you know, going to be the first layer. And this is also the lightest color I'm going to use. So I dabbed on lots of ink. And then to avoid getting harsh lines, I am dabbing with a life-changing blender brush. But I guess you can use any type of sort of blending tool, really. It's just to kind of smooth out the edges of the ink so you don't get that like really harsh line, because that can sometimes be a bit difficult to kind of cover up. And then we're going to go in with our second lightest color, which is Wild Honey. And this is one of those yellows that I think is really, really lovely. It's sort of a really warm, almost sort of sun-colored yellow. I really like this one. I reach for this one all the time. So I've done the same thing here. I've used the blender brush to kind of tap out the edges, and as you can see, I've gone in like the bits where I hadn't gone in with the squeezed lemonade to kind of cover the whole background and make sure that it's all very yellow. So this layer doesn't have to be perfect because this is going to be the base layer. And then we are going to probably add a lot more color. So here we're going to go in with the squeezed lemonade again, and just to kind of make sure that we get a very good solid imprint, and also to sort of soften up the lines between that wild honey and squeezed lemonade. This is when the MISTI comes in so handy. There's no way I would be able to do this with like an acrylic block. No way. And then at this point, I think I'm happy here. What we're going to do is we're going to probably, let's see what I'm up to. I'm dilly-dallying, deciding. I think this is it. Yeah, we're going to switch this around. Come on, Erica, do it. There we go. Okay. So we're going to go in now with Card Pumpkin. And this is very orange. So we are not going to go in like crazy big area. So what we want to do is add kind of a little bit here and there. So and I'm also trying to sort of coordinate it so that it's not going to go all over the wild honey. And then the same thing, dabby 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 dab with the blender brush, just to kind of get those lines very nice and smooth. But bearing in mind, this is the first layer of the second go, so this is going to be in different spots. So the trees obviously are going to be like overlapping. And on the back of the stamp set, it actually says in order to get a very dense look, this is what you do. You stamp once, turn your cardstock around, and then go in with another color. So, but of course I'm not happy with just one color. We're going to go in with lots of different colors. So with a little bit of Abandoned Coral, and this is probably Barn Door, or maybe even Crackling Campfire. I turned the lid the wrong side around, so I can't really see which color it is. But we are going to add some fiery red trees in a little bit here and there. And then, of course, again, just go in with that blender brush to sort of smooth out the edges. And these colors worked so well, especially over the yellow. It just like kapow in a spot, right? Look at that. I think it looks really, really cool. This is one of the color combinations that I've sort of been really itching to try ever since I first saw this stamp set, and I cannot believe that I held up for such a long time waiting for, like, I didn't get this as soon as I saw it, because I knew I was gonna love it, and I'm loving it. So this is gonna be what now, color combination number 2, and I'm sure color combination number 3 is coming up at some point next week. So, you know, there will be more of these. And here, I was wondering, did I go in with more colors or was this it? I might have added a little bit more because there were a few little sort of patchy areas. But basically, and sorry about the shaking, it's yes, it's not the best setup with my my video filming things. But and also I do get a little bit carried away with the dabbing, you know, it's kind of like bam, 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 let's get that ink on there. Very excited. So, right, so that first panel is all done. And then here, I have this little stamp scrubber from Picket Studios. And it's really, really great and easy for cleaning up your stamps. It's so great. It gets in all like the little nooks and crannies and stuff. The only thing that I have is that it does dry out very quickly, which like all these things do that contain water and you live in a hot country. So I have a little old bottle that used to contain, I think, conditioner. And I just filled it up with water and a teeny tiny little bit of soap. So when my stamp scrubber dries out, all I have to do is pump in a few of those into my little pot where my stamp scrubber lives. And I'm good to go again. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And right, so here, because I can never make just one card, I'm going to town with squeezed lemonade. And on this one, I had a different idea. So what I thought I was going to do, actually what I am doing, I didn't just think it, I did it, is start with the first layer of squeezed lemonade and then add wild honey and then add another color to kind of give it that really dark look around the edges and just sort of light it towards the top as that's where the light is. Does that make sense? I'm hoping it does, but you'll hopefully see what I mean once the whole thing is done. But what I probably should have done here is instead of using, because I used squeezed lemonade again as my first layer and then wild honey as well. Here, I should have used, well, maybe squeezed lemonade again, but then I should have gone in with another color, maybe jumped straight to carved pumpkin to kind of give it, you know, that contrast look. Or maybe even having done squeezed lemonade and then a tighter wild honey and then carved pumpkin and maybe then even, you know, crackling campfire or barn door or something, you know, darker to kind of really bring in that darkness. Yeah, let's go with darkness. So anyway, it wasn't quite as sort of wow as I wanted, but I still liked it. And I thought, well, maybe, you know, once the color sort of, you know, dry and settle down, it will sort of become a little bit darker, but it didn't quite go that way with this one. The other one, on the other hand, is still like popping off the page. I love how that one turned out, but oh well, you live and learn. Although I do realize I say that a lot in my videos and then I do the same thing over and over again. So clearly, do as I say and not as I do. Okay, right, so we're stamping up a couple of little sentiments on these cards, and on this one here, I did go in with abandoned coral, and I thought, well, that looks kind of nice, but it just didn't sort of pop enough. So what I did was I inked it up again with black, and then I pushed the lid a little bit. You can see that you can obviously only push it so much to get like a shadowy look on the card. So that worked out a little bit better. So on this one, I decided to go in with the black straight away and just like not even try to go for a color. We're just going to go black straight away. But I did have a bit of issue getting it on straight, as you do when you're excited, I guess, or maybe that's just me. Hey. So you see, it took me like 3 tries to get this on straight. So even with the help of the grid lines on the mini MISTI, you know, am I getting old? My eyes like going different places? I don't know. But anyway, so there we have it. So those are the colors that I've used. And those are the cards, obviously. So what I decided to do is trim them down just a teeny tiny bit to kind of clean up the edges. And then just add a little bit of double-sided tape on the back and add them to a white card base. And they were done. Easy peasy, right? Yeah. So I really like how these turned out, but as I said, the one on the left I probably will try again, maybe with the similar-ish colors, only doing, as I said, adding like darker around the edges, maybe doing, instead of just doing 2 colors, 3 or 4 colors. Yeah, I think so. And that, folks, as they say, is all there is to it. I will link the products used down below and some suitable alternatives with the compensated affiliate links. And thank you so much again for watching, and see you soon again. Bye.